Hello, 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 beautiful people. How are you today? Welcome back to episode number 10. Can you believe it's episode number 10 already of Amazing Community Bazaar Podcast with me, Ingrid Galloway? I am a relationship coach and chief relaxation officer of Kayangan and the founder of Zen Vibes Online, an online business focusing on furniture and homewares that will bring Zen vibes into your home. Now, today's guest is Barb Glover. Barb is a perfume connoisseur and has a deep appreciation and understanding of the art of scent. For many years, Barb managed her own business as a studio portrait photographer until she was diagnosed with debilitating autoimmune arthritis, which left her no longer able to hold a camera. Oh, that is very sad. However, Barb then found Scentsy, but wasn't sure it was for her to begin with. After investigating the company and products at length and being impressed with the Scensy's ethics and their core values of simplicity, authenticity, and generosity, she became an independent Scentsy consultant. Now, Barb spends her time helping others live their dreams and fill their life with fragrance. I love that. Welcome, Barb.
Well, thank you, Ingrid. You've just told my whole story. There's nothing left for me to tell now.
Of course, there are other juicy stories in your back pocket. Now, tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, what's your journey that gets you to where you are now?
Well, I was a mother of 4 sons, and of
Mm,
course, as children do, they always grow up and leave home.
yeah. How old are they now, if you don't mind me
Oh,
asking?
gosh, please don't ask me that because that'll let you know how old I am. So,
It's a secret.
it,
Shh.
yes. Yeah, so, and I sort of was at a bit of a loss for what to do. And
Yeah.
so I looked into running my own business, and I always wanted to be a photographer. Years ago when I was about 14, I can remember flicking through a National Geographic and thought, oh, I'd love to take photos for the National
Yes.
Geographic. And
Yeah.
my auntie, bless her, she's in a nursing home now and
Mm.
quite old. um she bought me a second-hand, or gave to me, I don't know where she got it from, but it was a
Mhm.
second-hand box Brownie camera.
Mm.
So, and that was a film camera, and I just couldn't take. My parents said, "Barbara, slow down. These cost money to develop."
Right.
So, bring on the digital age of photography. I took myself back to school
Yes.
to do a diploma in photography.
Mm.
And yeah, then I did studio portrait photography, which was my passion,
Mhm.
specifically for women, older women, because older women, and I know because I'm one of them, don't like having their photo taken.
Right.
So we would bring in a makeup artist and a hairstylist and have lots of clothes in various sizes for these women to put on
Yes.
and dress up and feel like a princess for the day. So there was no one else in the studio
Wow.
except the hair and makeup artist,
Yes.
the lady being photographed, and me. So we could do whatever we liked. So
Yeah. So it's kind of like a glamour session.
yes, yes,
Wonderful.
yes.
That's great. I experienced one of those, mind you, when I was a lot younger, and it was such a great experience. So I know what you're talking about. Yes. Love that. And so, what made you choose the company or the business that you are in now?
Well, for me, I was looking for something that wasn't just another direct selling company and wasn't just
Mm,
all about the dollars, right?
mm,
Um, I had a friend who joined Scentsy, and I just thought, oh. Anyway, I did a lot of research. I watched her for a while. I did a lot of research, and it was the ethics of the company that finally got me in. The
yes.
simplicity, authenticity, and generosity. That.
Mm,
And I did a lot of research, and Scentsy actually have their own foundation that they for families. It's Scentsy Family Foundation
Yes.
that they donate a lot of money to. They've set that up, and yeah, there's a lot of good charitable work that they do as well in the community.
That is amazing. Very inspirational. Now I am curious. Please show me and tell me about your two bestsellers.
Well, that changes from month to month. But if I had to choose one that was probably our bestseller or my bestseller overall would be the fragrance flowers. Now, this actually goes with a bottle of oil, of course, as we all know, and this is our new daisy design. But I'm not
Yes.
ready to set this one up yet because I already have one on the go. So I thought, well, I'll just bring.
Uh-huh.
But the fragrance flowers are great in that they're unplugged. You don't need a
Yes.
plug or anything. You can have fragrance in any room
Yes.
and a pretty flower to go with it. So yeah,
Yeah.
that would be number one.
I
And
have that. I have one of those. So speaking
only
from
one, Ingrid.
experience, only one.
Only
I
one.
am a new Scentsy lover. Only one. Yeah.
And for this month, like I'd have to say, the bestsellers change monthly, but for
Yep.
this month, it has to be this one.
Oh, I've been seeing that on your post. It's just so
Yes,
adorable.
that's right. And this is Marie from Aristocats,
Mm.
right? And yeah, she sold out.
Mm.
Look, I'm not even sure she lasted the day. I think it was probably half a day she lasted.
Wow.
And yeah, she's an element warmer, and she's just beautiful. She's so cute. As soon as I saw it
Yes.
coming up in our promos, I thought,
Yes.
I've got to have that.
Yes.
So
I'm not a very pink person, but I love that.
yeah, and she
Yeah.
is just so gorgeous. Sold out very quickly. Isn't it fortunate that I got two? So if someone still wants one desperately, I have a spare.
Wow. Yes. Come on, people, especially the pink lovers and the cat lovers. Go for it.
Yes.
Right. So, what is your all-time favorite in your product range?
My all-time favorite would have to be the washer whiffs, I think. Before
Right.
Scentsy, I'd never heard of washer whiffs
Mm.
or anything like that.
Mm.
And just I always had a problem with, even when you hang your clothes on the line and dry them in the sun, the
Yes.
towels come in not smelling 100% fresh. For me,
Mm.
that was my experience anyway.
Yes. Can you
And
show me what they look like?
I can. Oh, hang on, just one sec.
That's okay.
Quickly nip out to the laundry to get them.
All
And
right.
this,
So that's the washer whipped.
yeah,
Okay. So
this is
show me inside. Okay. So it's powder.
granules.
Oh, okay.
They're
Granules.
actually
Okay.
granules.
Right.
You put them in the washing machine, not in the dispensers that dispense the laundry. You put them in on top of the clothes
Okay.
in
So
the
on top of the
wash
clothes.
cycle,
Yeah.
and yeah, they dissolve and they leave your clothes smelling absolutely gorgeous.
Awesome. That's
And
great.
there's, I think, I can't remember. I think currently there's 7 or 8 different fragrances.
Okay. So you just pick the fragrance that you like
Yes.
in the washer whip. Thank you. Love that. Learn something new every day doing this podcast. Now, if you can advise your younger self on how to be an amazing person, what would you say?
Okay. I've thought a lot about this, and I
Mm.
think of myself growing up, and I was always taught from the time I was a little child that children should be seen and not heard, right?
Oh.
Especially girls should be seen and
Oh.
not heard. They should always be pretty, but not ever speak, not ever ask for anything. And
Mm.
that set the tone for my life pretty much.
Mm.
And then I think if I could give myself one piece of advice would be never, ever tell your children
Yes.
that they should be seen and not heard.
Yes.
girls, you can do whatever you want to do.
Yes.
You just have to set your mind to it, and don't let anyone at all ever tell you can't.
Yes. Yes. It was just such a limiting mindset of the
Yes.
old era, wasn't it? It's like,
Yes.
wow, yeah, it can be very, very limiting, especially for us girls. I totally get you, totally get you. So thanks for sharing that. Last thing, tell me a funny story, please.
Oh, the funny story. Now, this was hard. This one was hard for me. I thought, what's something I've laughed at? Well, this is not something that I've laughed at, and I still don't, and I'm not sure why other people find it so funny. But anyway, not too long ago, I was probably late last year, I ended up in hospital. I fell over, right? I fell over. So when you get to a certain age, people don't say you fell over anymore. It's you had a fall, right?
Oh, okay.
But I didn't have a fall. I fell over running away from a spider.
Ah,
Now, I went to lock the back door, and there's this great big, I swear it was this big, this huntsman on the door, right?
yes.
Now, while trying to keep an eye on where this huntsman was going, I'm walking backwards. Never
Ah.
ever walk backwards, especially even in your own kitchen. And next thing I know, I'm on the floor, falling
Right.
over. And my husband says, "Oh, it's only a spider." I said, "But it's a bloody big spider." And anyway, so he tries to brush the spider
Yeah.
outside, but it
Yeah.
falls to the floor and comes running towards me.
Oh no.
I am fallen over on the floor and
Oh
couldn't
no.
get up. So consequently, they thought, I'd injured my leg to a point where I couldn't walk. So that meant
Yeah.
an ambulance and everything else. And because then they think, oh, yeah, she must have broken her hip or something, which I hadn't. I just twisted my knee.
Luckily not. Yes.
And then so all the questions came from, there was a nurse. How did you fall?
Yes.
How did you fall? And every person who came, how did you fall? So they're all laughing hysterically at my story of how I fell while I'm sitting there thinking, there is nothing funny about
Bloody
so yeah.
spider, bloody spider. Yes,
Yes.
blame it on them. Blame it on them. But I'm glad that you didn't break your hip. That's
Oh yes.
the
So
best
they
thing.
always, it's sort of because I don't feel old sort of thing. And so to me, when someone said, "Oh, she could have broken a hip," I haven't broken my hip. I've twisted my knee. I'm not that old. So a series of X-rays and scans and everything
Yes.
like that. When they got done laughing, and even the X-ray person said, "How did you fall?"
Yes, again. Ah, there you go, beautiful people. I've had plenty of fun talking to Barb. I hope you had fun watching us or listening to us as well. Now, I welcome you to connect with Barb. At the end of the podcast, you will be able to see her shopping link. So please connect with Barb. If anything that she show to you today, tickle your fancy, definitely ask away, and you can purchase from her. And if you are not yet a member of Amazing Community Bazaar, please join us. We are full of amazing people, vendors, non-vendors, people with small businesses or don't have small businesses, but willing to browse around of various posts and looking for something that you may need. So join us, and the link will be at the end of the podcast as well. Until next time, I will be interviewing another beautiful and amazing guest. Keep well and lots of love. And thank you, Barb, for joining me.
Thank you.